Good morning, everybody. The solar panels are all in full sunlight, and the solar heater's pumping heat halfway into the shed. Let's go on inside and see the status of things. Now the freezer is plugged in, and we are pulling 500 watts over here and 16 amps down over here, so we're pulling in about 700 watts or so of power. 750 watts total. The freezer is running full blast. I turned it on a little bit ago, so looking good when the sun shines. People have suggested I should fill the freezer with water containers, and I will do that right now, actually. That'll help the freezer stay frozen. Hello, everybody. I don't know what time it is, but I've been working on the electric fence for the chickens. Chickens probably have an idea what I'm up to. I've run the plastic poles wherever I need it. I have especially two around the gate, because then I'm going to have to run in across the gate and over and then out again, like I did on my original chicken run that you guys may or may not remember from the past. And then I've run and used the stumps where available. That's another reason I left those stumps in place. They have multiple uses. Saves me money. And then I got a couple fiberglass poles here and there, and I've run them around the entire perimeter of the chicken range. By the way, as we walk along, I'll show you, I've got boards inside and outside. Nothing has ever yet gone into the chicken range through under the fence. And this was very effective to just pile up. Here is a weaker spot on the inside. I heavily piled it up over there against the other gate, against the outside wall of the forest, on the wild side is what I call it. Heavily piled up brush on the outer perimeter of the chicken run. We did have something try to get in one time over here, and so I put scrap boards up and propped it up with logs and blocks, and that stopped that attack. Over here now we've got sticks and branches and twigs intertwined through, going in and out through the chicken wire, and to date nothing has ever gone in through the bottom of the chicken coop. And I know there have been predators here, so here, going in and out through the chicken wire, and it holds it down very, very well. So nothing can dig through. Well, I'll never say never, but so far nothing has tried or succeeded in digging through. And again, I've used the trees where available, put up the rods here. Something has pulled down here. You can see where it has curled down the chicken wire. Can you see it? I can't see what the camera's showing or not, but something has really pulled down here and put massive gaping holes in the chicken wire here. So there was something, I don't know what. I have no idea, because I've never seen this type of damage done. Obviously this is the tree it used, and it has caused scratching damage all over the tree. See, there's damage on the tree, and I don't know what it was, but that's some serious holes. So it's time to put up the electric fence wire and protect the birds from all possibilities of attack. The birds have a very nice and large runway, and you can see they are scraping and eating bugs, so they are getting a lot of food from nature right now. They are supplementing their feed with natural foods, and that's good. Still at this time they're able to forage and eat and scratch. And I think once it starts getting later, we'll start throwing in some piles of leaves, which gives them even more bugs to scratch. So, oh, somebody asked me if the chickens have a place to get off the ground, and I have these boards all throughout attached to logs where the birds can sit. Here's a bird over here sitting up on a board so that they can roost off the ground. By the way, I will once again say, chicken wire does not stop predators. It keeps the birds in. That's all. Chicken wire does not stop predators. Oh, here's another. Look at this, guys. See this? There's a hole. So animals have been working at it. See, I didn't see this hole before. See? The animals are working at the fence. It's that time of year where food is getting more scarce, and the animals are ripping holes in the fences here. See? That's either a raccoon or a possum right there. Actually tore up the chicken wire. Chicken wire does not stop predators, and I've never had any delusions, and I've never ever said that chicken wire stops predators. Although burying your chicken wire slows them down, here's evidence that the animals are causing damage and destruction and are actually trying to get through. Okay? So it happens. It does happen. And that's why we're putting up the electric fence all the way around the perimeter, including on the trees. So that way nothing's going to attempt to climb the tree, because it's going to get quite a hefty zap when it tries. And then it won't be able to harm our animals anymore. So what I've done is I put the spool on the other side of the fence, fed it through the first post over there, and now I'm running it through the chicken wire. I have an insulator that will go in there, and I'm going to run it around my insulated holders here, and then terminate it on this one over here. That protects this tree, and give that a couple turns here. That protects this tree here. Comes through the chicken fence, the chicken wire I just had. Oh, there it is, piece of wire here. So I'm going to wrap this up into here. Actually, it's pretty okay there, but I want to wrap that up and ensure that that doesn't slide, that insulator. Trusty Leatherman tool. I believe in carrying a Leatherman always. Saved me on countless occasions and countless problems. Now, I'm just going to twist this tight, somewhat tight, around the insulator and through the chicken wire so that it stays in place. We want that insulator to stay put and not slide around with time. And now it's part of the chicken wire. And the electric wire goes through. There's no electrical connection there now. Now, animals are curious by nature, and they're going to walk up and they're going to put their nose on there and they're going to get a little zap. And that's going to be what prevents them from going on through. And then, of course, any animal that might be able to like reach up over that and climb over, there's going to be another row of electric wire down lower on especially the trees just above the first row, and I'll have around out back here extra wire just to prevent any animals from trying to get into the chicken coop. And then I'll be able to rest easy at night knowing that the birds are safe through the winter months when the animals are out in force trying to eat my birds. Alright guys, I want to run this around the perimeter. I've got to pull out little blueberry plants as I go. Oops. That'll regrow next year if I don't get it out. It's going to give me trouble. So, I try to straighten any kinks in the line as I go. You want to keep it tight. I'm going to have to come back and get all the blueberries that are in the way. Yeah, that one's absolutely in the way. Now at the end, I think I'm going to put a wire tightener. You probably can't see where I am now, right here. At the end, I'm going to put a wire tensioner all the way at the very end so that I can always keep tension on the wire. And I'm doing this a little different. Usually I put little loops around the line here and there, and then I have to go and put tension on different parts all the time, and that's just annoying. It's too much work. So I'm going to have one tensioner around the entire perimeter. So when the line gets weakened somewhere, I just tighten it in one spot. Hey everybody, I've got the solar electric fence controller screwed on. Chris assisted me in that. I drove a 6-foot long rod into the ground, leaving only about 1.5 feet above the ground, and wrapped wire around it repeatedly, and that's the ground for the fence controller. And then, why is that going on crooked? That shouldn't be crooked. Anyway, this needs to be wired in better. Through there, out through somewhere. That wire goes in there and gets lost on me. So anyway, I'm attempting to put, there we got it through. Alright, there we got it through. Now, there's a good ground. Now I've got a positive wire, the hot wire. Make sure this is off. Okay. I'm going to hook the positive wire onto here. You can't see me, can you? Onto the bottom of this post. Wrapping it around well, a few twists. I want to make sure that it connects very well with the hot wire. Of course, I will connect all the hot wires as well. Every row will be connected. Wires have a mind of their own. I hope I don't get a zap because this is hot and there might be residual energy left in there. I'm going to put my gloves on just for some extra insulation. Just to be safe. Chris is sitting behind me watching, just thinking, go ahead, come on, touch it, make me laugh.
I know how much no fun that is.
Oh, I've been zapped a few times by these. It's a blast.
I've never been hit by an electric fence, but car coils plenty of times.
Oh yeah, those hurt. Lawnmowers, cars,
Yep.
those you do feel that for sure. There we go. Okay, now I'll energize the system and then test it with our handy tester. Can you see everything over here? Yes.
I didn't know they actually had a tester for electric fence.
Oh, yep. It's a just a series of fluorescent light tubes, neon tubes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they'll flash and tell you the voltage. So, stick this in the ground. That's the ground, and connect this on there and hold it tight. See, it flashes. We're hitting. Oh wow, we're getting good. 7,000 volts plus.
Nice.
Nice. So guys, I have the best ground I've ever had, to be honest here, because I'm getting on this scale, it's lighting up all the lights. I've never had it that good. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna zap something if they touch that. So I think our animals are gonna be safe for now. Alright, well, I'm gonna take a break here and then we're gonna run some more lines out here. Hey everybody, back inside the tiny house on wheels. We've got 64, well, you can't really see it. 64.8 degrees inside, 62 outside. Only 24% humidity. That's a blessing. And in the greenhouse we have 77 degrees. Well, if you can believe that, because it's showing 67 degrees indoors, where this is showing 65. And the one right next to it is showing 66 degrees. So the Accurites, I don't think, are very accurate. I don't know. Because the two side by side should be showing the same temperature, but they're not. Actually, this one, receiving the same signal as the other one right next to it, is showing 76 in the greenhouse and 66 indoors. And this one, with the same transmitter, is showing 77 in the greenhouse and 67 indoors. And my gadget one, which is a lot more higher quality, I would say would be the more accurate one, is showing 65 and 62. 65 indoors and 62 outside. So, what do you believe? Anyway, we have no heat going on in the tiny house on wheels and no heat in the greenhouse. It's nice and cozy in the greenhouse. And no, the sending unit is not in the sun. Nowhere near the sun, by the way. Hey everybody, I ran another strand of wire all the way around. Well, all the way to the door. I have to still run around the half, so I've got half done. And now I'm lining up basically where it falls into place here on these logs. And then I'm going to put insulators on. And that'll stop most of our critters who like to eat chickens. That way they can't go over and they can't go under. There won't be any climbing stumps or trees to get to my birds. Hey everybody, 430 watts MPPT mode, so the batteries are not charged, but the freezer is working hard right now to freeze all that water. Let me show you what we got going on out there. Compressor is working hard, but the reason is got a whole mess of water jugs in here. I'll probably put more in later, but they're not even begun to freeze. This has been on all day and it's not even begun to freeze those water jugs. The first two ones were frozen, but I put all these in, so it's going to take a lot of power to bring that back up to frozen status. Hey everybody, peaceful in a greenhouse. I got the temperature, the thermometer over here. One of them, it says 66 degrees. The sending unit is over here. Neither one of them are in direct sunlight now. So, I mean, they weren't before. I made sure of it. But anyway, it's nice to see life and green growth when outside everything is dead. I have especially exciting, where did I put it? Here. Here we have a chili growing. And there's another one that looks like, it looks like it's dropping, that one. But that one's growing. And I put another chili over here that is especially exciting. Partly covered by the flowers here. This one has been flowering since I brought it in to the greenhouse. There's a new chili right there. There's another one coming. There's another flower coming. Look at that. He's happy. Here's a flower. And there's a flower. There's another one right there. These are all new, but that's a brand new chili. That was a flower. See the end of it still on there. This one has come since I've moved it into the greenhouse. Well, this little plant is doing very well out here. With since everything else is dead outside, and the chili is actually growing and producing fruit. The pea actually has, where are we? The camera. There we go. The peas are actually growing. It's growing peas. And it's reaching up. I don't know if you guys remember, that plant was down here. It has reached up to the top since I put it in there. It is growing and expanding, climbing to the ceiling. That is happy. That's exciting. And this one here, actually, this chili here, is getting a lot more leaves on it. It's really spreading out. Oh, there's a new leaf on this one. This one is starting to recover from the dormant conditions. So it's really exciting to see food growing while everything else outside is dead.